Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics, and that is our 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6 Long Range. Before I start gushing about the Ioniq 6's platform as a whole, let me tell you a little bit about this particular example. This 2023 is a one-owner lease return car. Funny enough, it is the second Hyundai we have on our lot this week, coming to us from Downey Hyundai in Downey, California. It's got 26,500 miles on it, and the previous owner actually took the time to follow the maintenance schedule, which you love to see, especially on a leased car. According to the Carfax vehicle history reports, every 5,000 miles just about, this went back for a maintenance inspection and a tire rotation, even having had an alignment shot about midway through. So whoever was running this before really seemed to care about keeping the running gear in good condition. And that reflects well on their ownership, and it reflects well on your ownership experience yet to come. But now, about the Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis eGMP platform, which is what this is built on. This shares underpinnings with the Ioniq 5, the Kia EV6, even the Genesis GV60 luxury crossover. And this particular Ioniq 6 is the max range variant. If you are looking for an electric sedan, there is almost nothing else slipperier out on the road. It's got a really interesting and very teardrop-shaped styling to it, and all of that is done in service to the gods of aerodynamics. So combining that with the 77.5 kilowatt-hour battery pack underneath it and its single 225 horsepower rear-wheel motor, that means this one, riding on 20s, gets an EPA estimated 305 miles of range. These are some of the lowest coefficient of drags out on the highway at speed of any sedan on the road, EV or not. And it's pretty crazy because that 77.5 kilowatt hour battery pack has about the energy equivalent of just under 2.5 gallons of gas. So 2.5 gallons of gas, a little under, will get you 300 miles. Pretty spectacular stuff. And when it comes time to charging, this can outcharge almost everything. That 800 volt architecture means if you hook up to a 350 kilowatt hour charger, like Electrify America or the new General Motors ones that are popping up at truck stops, you can thump 10 to 80% battery in this in 18 minutes. According to their marketing material, that means you can get over 200 miles of range into this in 15 minutes flat. If you need to step down to a slower, like an OG Tesla supercharger style 50 kilowatt charger, it'll still do that in just under an hour. Speaking of Tesla superchargers, this is compatible with them and actually has the adapter up under the frunk, which I'll show you in just a minute. Now, for regular commuting and around town duties, on your level 2 240 volt charger, 7.5 hours from 0 to 100. Or on level 1 regular old 110 wall plug, because this is so slippery and so efficient, you'll be seeing between 5 and 6 miles per hour rate of charge on this, putting you between 50 and 70 miles of range accrued on your average overnight level 1 charge. But there's a lot more to get into on this, so let's get under the frunk, in the car, and out for a rip. Before I hop into the frunk, I want to show you two things. These are active grille shutters that will open and close depending on heating and cooling loads. So at high speeds they close, at low speeds they open to make it even more slippery. And getting up under the frunk here, the engineering cleverness isn't only skin deep. I'll get to what's in the middle here in just a second, but looking at everything, this is a weather sealed little storage cubby up here in the frunk. You've got your windshield washer fluid reservoir here, your coolant reservoir here, 12 volt accessory battery here, fuse box here, and this is your brake fluid reservoir. Up in the frunk itself, you have got, and these almost never have them, so this is kind of cool, the factory Hyundai level 1 wall charger right here, and still in its bubble wrap. This is that NACS adapter that allows you to go from CCS fast charging to Tesla supercharging, and this car has the software to do it. One other cool thing, if you lift this plastic out here, see this seam Underneath here is your cabin air filter. If you do your own maintenance and keep up on things like that, you don't even have to go from behind the glove box to get to it. It's all right here in front. It is very cleverly engineered and really, really well laid out. Into the back, again, aerodynamics is God here. So you've got your top ducktail spoiler and your bottom. Top is split the airflow, lowers to create turbidity to create less low pressure behind the car, less air pulling you backwards. To get in, push this and up it goes. Again, the blend of space and aerodynamics is key here. So you'll see you have this really high trunk opening lid here to follow the body line down, weather sealed. You've got pull tabs here and here to drop those back seats, to lay stuff through that pass through. You've got big long stuff that needs to go in. And up underneath this pretty sizable trunk is a small false floor. You've got everything in here from my dealer plate, detailing rags, the tire mobility kit, which has your fix-a-flat goo and the tow hook, a little first aid kit, and in here still wrapped up are little Velcro cargo stays that stick to this mat to keep your stuff from rolling around as you drive. Climbing into the back seat of the Ioniq 6 here, I want to show you all. Now, I'll preface this, I am 6'1", 270 pounds. I am not a small dude. And I have this driver's seat maxed out, back and down. And before I do anything else, just how much space I have in the back of this car. Like, yes, aerodynamics and slipperiness was key, but they nailed interior proportioning in here. I'm going to spin the camera around one more time. The backseat room in this is genuinely staggering. You've got 2 USB-C fast chargers and your own vents, little mesh holdy bags here, as well as a small door pocket storage here by the speaker grate, and all along the bottom. At night, these also illuminate with kind of a mood lighting or interior lighting that's like a bluish purple. And it fills the cabin. It's very cool. Down below, you will see you've got your latch seat bottom anchors there. Up on top, you've got top tethers for the big booster seats, and the obligatory cup holder armrest here in the middle. Again, the space in the back of this is truly impressive. Like, I am spread out back here. Exterior stuff, engineering nerdiness, back seats, that's all well and good, but you're looking to buy this, you want to see what's going on in the captain's seat, up here in the driver's compartment. So first, I'm going to actually move this forward before I even jump in, get that dialed in for me, and settle in, push the button, and fire this up. So now it's up and running. Got the HVAC set to auto, screaming away to cool me down because it is quite warm on top of this parking garage. And let's go through everything that you're going to interact with on a day-to-day basis. First, interesting styling touch on this, completely bare door cards. You've got a storage pocket here, big turned metal speaker grate here, and then another door pocket with a water bottle cut out down below. Your window switches and door locks are all right here in the middle, and your rear or your side view mirror controls are here. Also on this little side panel, dimmer switch for the gauge cluster, open and close your charge door there, open and close your trunk there. That's your burnout button, and that is your electric parking brake. Moving on to the wheel, this is kind of neat. You've got these 4 little lights in the middle that will change color based on the drive mode that you are in, and depending on the drive mode, how electrically efficient you are operating the vehicle. Just a nice little touch. These are all of your cruise control controls here, and as we get rolling, I'll show you, these have some of the best adaptive cruise control and like basically driver stress reduction things out there. It's not autopilot, but it does a really good job at doing most of the driving for you. Drive mode switches down here, and on this, you have got Eco, Normal, Sport, and if you end up somewhere icy, hold it down and it'll kick it into snow. And what that does is it changes the throttle metering for the rear wheels to help mitigate wheel spin, this being a rear-wheel drive sedan after all. Behind the wheel, automatic headlights with the ability to manually run them. These paddles here control your regenerative braking. So if I move down below, knock it into drive, you'll see where it says level 1, the left paddle increases your regen all the way up from level 3, and a final pull brings you to I pedal, which is one pedal driving. And the right hand paddle takes it out, and you can go all the way back to 0, where you'll just coast with no regen at all. On the right hand side here, standard fare windshield wiper and washer stock. Down below it, this is your Prindle. Park, push in on the end, drive, turn it forward, neutral's in the middle, reverse is all the way down. And when you kick it into reverse, your suite of cameras and sensors lights up in the infotainment screen. Before we get to the infotainment screen, your center drive screen here. This will also change as you go through your drive modes. Just little visual clues to help you remember what mode you are in. And this little guy here controls the center. So if you push this page button, you'll go through all of the different settings and monitors for it. And it just, there's a lot of stuff on these that you can customize. So I'm not going to go into all of it, but when you come down and check this thing out, we can dial in everything. The big deal is hold OK. That'll pull up settings. Comes on over here, and now you have the full suite of stuff that you can change reflected on your gauge cluster. But onto this infotainment display. The default screen is one of my favorites out there. It is a decontented screen. It shows a map with where you are, but no streets, no nothing, just plain with you there. Your actual battery percentage and estimated range, time, and radio. Also gives you an idea of the outside temperature and what the weather is expected to be in the next couple of hours. Looks like rain and some monsoonal storms. Yay. As for everything in here, EV will give you some pretty cool EV options, like being able to set your departure time, shows your estimated range with and without the use of HVAC. So if you want to be really, really economical and stretch every last electron and run with no HVAC, you can get way further. But this also has one of the coolest features. This is going to be sold with the adapter. This can do what's called V2L, which is vehicle to load, basically turning this car into a giant portable battery bank or a generator. You plug it into the charge port out back, a standard wall plug, and it'll run 16 amps of output at 120 volts until this battery gets down to any preset battery level. You can run a couple of refrigerators off of it. We've actually used one of these to charge a stranded EV, which is pretty funny. And yeah, be the coolest dude at the car camping site. You don't need a generator, just use this. All the other stuff, this is probably the most important thing that anybody really cares about. Phone projection. This has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wired in. That is the USB line in for it down there. Sitting next to it, this is fully charged, so it's not lit up, but that is a wireless charging pad. So whack a phone down there, boom, wireless charging. You got that going for you. Climate controls are up here in the infotainment display, as well as repeated down below, and I'll get to this in just a second. But you can do everything from isolating driver only, because it is always more electrically efficient to cool you specifically than the whole car. And you've got heated seats in there too. It does have native map and nav, so this will pull up local charging stations. It'll project your route with your state of charge and where your charging stops should be. And kind of one of the fun things I really like is it shows your EV range in real time, projected as a ring around you to give you a quick and easy way to look and go, oh, I can make it, this far. I need to get to Phoenix. It's within the circle. I'm good to go. That kind of deal. Pretty responsive, pulls up a lot, and ports in traffic and everything as well. It actually does that through something cool called HD radio data. All FM radio now is effectively digital radio. It has digital signals encoded in the transmission, and this can read them and interpret them. So it takes a traffic signal, it'll load, pull up slowdowns and construction near you, and most interestingly, there's a lot popping right now, but it can pull up live Doppler radar. Actually, it looks like just over top of Mount Lemmon and the Push Ridge, we have some rain forming over there. So kind of cool to know what's going on around you as you drive. There's a bunch more stuff in here, but again, come on down and we'll explore this together and I'll explain everything to you. There's simply too much to touch on in one video. Down below this, these are your climate control controls, all set up Has nice little haptic touches so you don't have to go through the infotainment display if you don't want to. And you have shortcut buttons for map, navigation to dial everything in, media for AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, or your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And then this is the tuner for skipping tracks or stations. And if you push this guy here, it'll open up your cameras even if you're sitting still. And this can turn on or off your parking sensors, so the little sonars will or won't scream at you depending on whether or not that button is on. Other than that, pretty standard fare stuff. I'm going to move some phone cases. You have got your 2 cup holders here, door locks, power windows here, window lock out there. Auto hold will keep you from rolling as you drive. So when you come to a stop, it'll just hold you in place. You've got more storage there, a really big center console here. In fact, it's swallowing up my whole big old Nalgene bottle. 2 more USB-C fast chargers in the bottom of that. And one other really cool storage thing. I'm gonna hop out and pan down for you all. Underneath the entire console, it's a floating center console, and underneath it is all storage, along with another 12-volt standard style cigarette lighter power outlet there. One other just fun little Easter egg on these, on the gas and brake pedals. The gas has a positive, the brake has a negative. I like it when engineers and designers have a little bit of fun. Now, speaking of fun, let's drive. All right, we've got every window open. We are an I-pedal for 1-pedal driving, and we're dropping down out of the parking garage so you all can listen as this thing goes through. If it makes any undue noises, we're gonna find them together. But this being a 3-year-old, 2.5-year-old EV with less than 26,500 miles on it, I'm not expecting this to make too much noise, other than the little light whir that it has to make by law when it's under 20 miles an hour for pedestrian safety. But I'm gonna shut up, so I'll shut my mouth so you can open your ears. Take a listen. And here on this downhill, I'll give it a quick stab of throttle and a touch of brake. It's good. Oh, and to show off just how good the parking assists are, really crisp resolution on that screen. Leading lines show exactly where you're going to end up. And let's say you're doing a bad job, just like I am here. You're going to get close to that pole. It'll scream at you, tell you to stop, so you don't end up knocking out a a fire extinguisher. But straighten it back up. Backup camera stays on for the first couple miles an hour pulling forward, and then as you come back, those little rear sonars even have good enough resolution to pick up those parking cable stays behind us. And there you go, all red, those lines are on it. We're probably about 4 inches away from those cables, safe and sound. Just to give you all a quick idea of when I talk about how competent their down to 0 mile an hour cruise controls are in these Hyundai and Kias, I don't really recommend using the system in a situation like this, but this is a capability demonstrator. It is set to 30 miles an hour cruise control speed, captured the vehicle in front, and it will bring us all the way down, feet not on the pedals, just hovering over the brake waiting. It'll bring us all the way down to 0 and then accelerate away with the traffic in front of us. Now, if the car in front of you stops for more than about 5 seconds, it will then prompt you to either hit the plus over here to resume cruise control or tap the accelerator. But it'll sit here and it'll match the following distance and even give you a little bit of lane guidance, even on some of the most difficult roads for a system like this to understand and work on. Really quick, high-speed run here on some really broken up concrete. I've got the adaptive cruise control plugged in, set to 80, locked into the car in front, so it's maintaining lane position and following distance. And yeah, if I knock the blinker over, it'll indicate that it's ready to go. I bump it over, bump it back, it grabs and recenters, and we're good to go. But as you can hear, even high speed on really crappy ribbed concrete, this is a very quiet place to be. The aerodynamic tricks also pay great dividends, not only in efficiency, but in noise, vibration, and harshness. There's almost no wind noise in here. It's pretty much all just the sound of the wheels on the highway. Like I said, a fantastic road trip machine, and also really nice place to be, even for, the humdrum daily commute. Now for one of my favorite parts of these videos. We're going to do a quick 0 to 40 to 0 to show off that there is nothing hiding in the braking and ABS, the suspension, or any other of the rolling systems on this car under full accelerative or decelerative load. Now we're going to knock drive mode into sport. I'm going to turn it from iPedal down to level 3 regen, and we're just going to go ahead, hold that button down, chimes twice, traction stability control is off. So I'm going to make the braking systems on this work as hard as possible to show you guys just how quickly and how confidently these EVs reel themselves in. Crack the window so you can hear the tires working, and 3, 2, 1. 40. There we go. Exactly what you want to see. Feel the pumping of the pedal, brr, 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 as that ABS pump works to brake each wheel individually to reel it in as straight and as safely as possible. And because I left the regen on, these will use the regenerative braking to help fill in and enhance the traditional friction brake. So yes, EVs are generally heavier vehicles than their internal engine counterparts. However, they are some of the most confidence-inspiring vehicles in a panic situation you can have. Back at our lot, wrapping everything up on our little baby Beluga here. The 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6 long range. And it is appropriately parked in front of all of our other EVs, including another Ioniq 6 2023 long range. So you can kind of pick your flavor if they're both still here when you come on down. Now I do have to apologize. In this video, my own personal biases towards this car have definitely bled through. I really try to be impartial, but I like these a lot. Quite frankly, and to not mince words, I think that if you are looking for the best electric sedan out there that doesn't have a T on the nose and doesn't cost as much as the down payment on a house, this is exactly where you should be looking. They are incredibly efficient, aerodynamically slippery, they charge fast, and they are wildly comfortable. But to see why I feel the way that I do about these, and to see if you agree and feel the same way as me, follow the link in the description. Call or text the number that's about to be on screen to make an appointment to check this thing out for yourself. Until then, I've been Dylan, and we'll see you soon.